So I found it interesting on this morning. The Holy Spirit led me to read Luke chapter 2. And so, in the midst of me reading Luke chapter 2, I actually gained three strong key points from the context. All right. One of the things that I do want us to go over is verses 41 to verse 45. All right. And it says, "Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Jesus tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it. But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintance. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him." Right? So I find that interesting because it says they went on a day's journey. They're gone for a full 24 hours before they notice that their son is missing, right? And that's interesting because it's like, how do you go a full day not knowing that your child is not with you? But this is what I love. This is the part that I love in this text. It says, "But they, supposing him to have been in the company." How do you not check to make sure your child is with you? And you guys, I feel like that's really just based on habit. I hope habit. I want to say habit because it says that his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. Every year they're going to this Passover feast, and they have never encountered this problem before. Now Jesus reaches the age of 12, and here they are encountering a problem that they did not expect to encounter. What does that say to us? You know, what can we learn from the context of this? We can learn sometimes we don't look for something to go a different way if it has been going the same exact way for so long. They haven't encountered this problem before. They didn't even think to look. You know, they just fell into it. Well, every year he's with us. Every year, you know, he's following behind us, right? So they assumed that it would be the same thing on this year, you know? And that is a word for somebody. And I just want to encourage you all. Don't go off how things have been going for you for so long, year after year after year. Because as you can see, things change randomly. All of a sudden at 12, he falls more into his personality and more into who he is. And when they did find him, he said, "Why did you feel you had to sought me out? Why did you feel you had to seek me out? Did you not know I would be at my father's house?" Most kids, we would have got slapped for that, especially with our parents having to look for us. I don't think no parent wanted to hear that, but Mary was smart. Mary was intelligent. Although it said that his parents did not understand, neither mom nor dad understood. But Mary did They didn't speak against what they did not understand. It said that Mary pondered those things in her heart. And when you're pondering something in your heart, you're going over it to receive deeper revelation about it. Your heart is going to be linked to your mind. It's linked. So she's pondering these things, even though she don't understand, and she did not act from out of that. And that's a strong key point. The second key point that I wanted to make in this context as well. Ponder over things even when you don't understand. Even when you don't understand, ponder these things. Go over these things. These situations that you don't get. The people that you don't get. The circumstances, the trials that is happening that you do not understand. Don't speak against these things, because you don't understand. Just ponder these things in your heart. Allow the Holy Spirit to give you that revelation you need so you can understand it on a mental level, and it'll all make sense for you. Now is not the time to react. And the third key point that I wanted to make is that it says, "And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger." This is your sign to you. When it comes to you and who you are, it doesn't matter what is trying to still have a stronghold on you. It doesn't matter what mental thoughts you may still be trying to defeat. It doesn't matter if you feel dirty. He didn't have, I don't think he had on fresh clothes. I don't think that. And he was lying in a manger. That's not clean, per se. That is not those things. And he still was the Son of God. He still was that person, even in the midst of that. And I want you guys to understand that you are too. Even though you're wrapped in swaddling clothes, you are still that woman. You are still that man. You are still that chosen individual. The last verse in chapter 3 says, the last verse in chapter 2 says, "And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man." You are increasing in wisdom and stature and favor with not just God, but with God and people. You're going to have people that understand you. Forget the ones that don't. Forget the ones that may leave you. Forget the ones that are talking about you or have something negative to say about you, or your name is always in their mouth. Forget that, because the people that are for you will seek to understand you, because they will ponder you in their hearts and in their mind to gain a deeper revelation. They're not going to fly off at the mouth with what they don't understand when it comes to you. You are worth pondering about. You are worth pondering about. I love you. Be great. No need to overreact. All is well. Continue to grow in stature.